Today we're doing lesson 10.1.5, which is problem solving with circles. I've given you 3 questions from the book, and they're not easy. You have to really read the directions, you have to draw a good picture, and figure out what it is that they're asking. But it's important that you take some time and really try and do everything that you can before you watch this video and see how I'm solving this. So if you haven't done that yet, pause this video and go try them on your own. Okay. If you're back, it's because you want some help with some of these. So let's talk about 10-51 first. It says that an 8-inch dinner knife is sitting on a circular plate so that its ends are on the edge of the plate. If the minor arc that is intercepted by the knife measures 120 degrees, find the length of the diameter of the plate. Okay, so it's an 8-inch dinner knife on a circular plate, and the minor arc is 120. So here's my circular plate. Okay, if I can picture laying a knife across it, that's, whoops, not a rolling knife, that's just a chord. Okay, so I'm going to draw what the chord is, and it's saying that that chord is 8 inches total. And it says that this arc, so I'm just going to give it any letters, A to B. Okay, any arc here, this arc is 120 degrees, and it's asking what the diameter is. Now remember, if I have something at the center of the circle, I can draw in that. Okay, so remember what I've just done is this is the radius, and the radius is going to help me because the diameter is really 2 times the radius. So if I can find the radius, I can easily find the diameter. Remember, when I have the radius and I have a chord, what happens here is I have a perpendicular bisector, and it bisected. So instead of 8, this is 4, and instead of, because it really goes on to bisect, instead of 120, this arc is 60 degrees, and because this is a central angle, the central angle is 60 degrees. Okay, so I have a right triangle. Here's C, here's A, we could call that point D, here's a right angle, C is 60, A to C is R, we don't know what that is, and we know that this is 4. Okay, again, I can't use Pythagorean theorem because I don't know 2 side lengths, but I can use SOHCAHTOA. In order to find what the radius is. Okay, if I'm looking at the 60-degree angle, the 40 is opposite, and the radius is actually the hypotenuse. So OH is sine. So sine of 60 degrees is equal to 4 over R. Remember, I want to put that over 1, and I want to cross multiply. So 1 times 4 equals R times the sine of 60. So divide by sine of 60 on both sides. So 4 divided by sine of 60 is approximately 4.82. Now remember, that represents, 4.62. That represents the radius of the triangle. But the question asks for the diameter. So if we know the radius, we just multiply times 2, and I get 9.24 inches. The next question, 10-52, we've done one like this before. You guys handed in on your flip grid something just like this. It says that there was a dinner party and there was this big wheel of cheese, but after everybody left, there was only 45 degrees remaining. Now it says that this cheese originally had a 6-inch diameter. Okay, that means the radius is 3 inches. Okay, then it says it's 2 inches thick, so that's actually the height of this. And they want me to find the volume. Now remember, the volume is the area of the base times the height. Okay, well the base shape in this case is the sector, or a piece of pizza, a part of the circle. The height in this case is 2 inches. Okay, how do I find the area of the sector? It's the area of a circle times degrees divided by 360, and let's not forget about that too. Okay, area of a circle is pi r squared. degrees over 360. And again, we're not forgetting about the 2. So the radius is 3. The degrees are 45. So I'm going to keep going up here. Pi times the radius squared times degrees over 360 times 2. Now if I want the exact answer, I'm going to put everything into my calculator except for pi. So 3 squared times 45 divided by 360 times 2. And I get 2.25. Now I didn't type in the pi. So 2.25 inches cubed is my exact answer. If I want the approximate answer, I just multiply times pi. Approximately 7.07 inches cubed. Those two things represent the same amount. Okay? Finally, 10-53b. It would have been important for you to read 10-53a first. And it's asking you to prove that AB is congruent to CB. And I'm just going to tell you, I call this the party hat. Okay? So for a minute, just think of this as like a person's head. Here's their eyes, there's their nose, happy. Okay, so this is their party hat. If you have a good party hat on, these two pieces, forget about those edges, are equal to each other. Okay, some people like to think of it as a dunce cap. Okay, so he probably wouldn't be so happy. Okay, but either way, if you think about a hat on top of somebody's head, they should be equal in length. Okay, that's something you just need to know. When there's two tangents to a circle coming from the same point, those tangents, those segments are congruent to each other. Now, the problem is saying that Dennis, this is Dennis, D is Dennis, has put a hot tub in his yard right butted up against his fence. So apparently he has a corner of the yard that is super duper fenced in at a sharp angle, and he's jamming the hot tub right in there. Okay? Not sure why he'd do that, but that's the question. So he plans to place his hot tub in the corner of the backyard so it's tangent to the fence on two sides as shown. The switch to turn on the air jets is located at point B. So this is what Dennis, who's sitting at the center of the hot tub, I think. Let's keep reading. He's trying to touch point B. So it says, if the length of the diameter of the hot tub is 6 feet, diameter is 6 feet, okay, so automatically that means I know the radius is 3 feet. And if the length of the diameter is 6 feet and AB is 4 feet, how long does his arm need to be for him to reach the switch? Okay, from the edge of the hot tub. So that's not really Dennis. So if Dennis is here, they want to know what this length is. So I shouldn't say from D to B. We'll maybe make that point E. Okay, so let's start labeling parts that we know. Again, diameter is 6 feet, radius is 3, but remember it's usually smart to connect the radius to that point of tangency because we know it makes a right angle. Okay, so this is 3 feet. Let's keep going here. And what else do we know? AB is 4 feet. A to B is 4 feet. Okay, so I have a right triangle. You guys have seen these numbers so many times, you probably don't even have to do this work. I'm going to call it C squared because it's the whole hypotenuse. C ends up being 5. So all the way from D to B is a total of 5. This red is just another radius. So if the radius is 3, then this is 3. If D to B is 5, 3 plus 2 makes 5. So Dennis's arm has to be 2 feet long in order to sit at the edge of the hot tub and reach the jet button, which is here. Okay?